Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I hope that um, you're reading something. I know some people are really busy this time of year, and I know probably a number of you have kids, and you just don't get the time, and you probably or for whatever reason, you're not really reading a lot. That's okay. Um, Reason I haven't been posting is because I have been reading a lot. And I have been busy with some other things in my personal life than not related to reading at all. But mostly reading. Today the book that I'm reviewing is Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson. You might recognize the author. She wrote Black Cake about, I'd want to say, within the last 5 years. I know it came out probably in 2021, I think, and it was a Read with Jenna selection. I actually have a copy of the book, or it may have come out in 2022. I'm not certain. I can't say it, but I know it's a Read with Jenna because it has a sticker on my copy. I have not read Black Cake, so I cannot say if I enjoyed that, but I know a lot of people have. But I will read you the description of the book from the flat, and I'll give you my thoughts after that. A family full of secrets, a chance to set them all free. When Abby Freeman travels to France to take a 3-month hiatus from her complicated home life, the last person she expects to find is her ex-fiancé Henry, with his new girlfriend in tow. Nearly 20 years later, Abby's family were the only African Americans living in a wealthy coastal enclave in Connecticut when armed robbers invaded their family home and tragedy changed their lives forever. Then, just when Abby thought she had a new chance at happiness, her storybook romance with Henry fell apart. Now, this unexpected encounter with Henry will force Abby to reckon with her past and to think on the other loss her family suffered that day, the destruction of a beloved stoneware jar crafted by an enslaved ancestor and passed down through the generations. A piece that might hold not only her family history, but also the key to reclaiming her future. I gave this a 4 out of 5. There were some aspects that I just didn't like. I didn't like that it felt like it was jumping all over the place at times. And then, because I particularly liked the sections that placed Abby in the present day in 2018. And as I like to call them, the before times, before COVID overtook our lives in 2020 and 2021 and 2022 and so forth and so on. Sorry, pollen allergies. There were some issues I had with that jumping around, and I had issues that felt like it couldn't decide whether or not it wanted to be a contemporary book or a historical fiction or a historical book. Wanted to be contemporary fiction or historical fiction. I think it's mostly contemporary fiction. And I mean, I did enjoy the premise of the book. I did enjoy the fact that it did come to resolution in a way, and that I'm not going to give up, but it felt like the book resolved itself in a way that I was happy with, enough that I could give it a 4. It could have been a 3.75, but I think just the writing and how it was crafted was really well done and really quite well developed. I think she's a former journalist. She is a writer. She's a former television journalist. and a writer of short fiction, and it kind of feels that this kind of feels that way. Now, I haven't, like I said earlier, I have not read Black Cake by her, which was her previous book. I know she's working. I listened to an interview with her, and it sounds like she is doing another book that's more in that vein of, more in the vein of Black Cake rather than yeah, it's more in the vein of Black Cake, from what I've understood. Now, I don't know when that's coming out. It might come out next year. It might come out in a couple of years. She seems to take her time, which is kind of good, because sometimes with writers, I find, yeah, that become a little formulaic and stuff. Anyways, I really enjoyed the book. Really well written. And I really felt that the story was really well developed and really well formulated, I should say. And I would highly recommend the book, especially if you're interested in African American individuals who were enslaved. And it was kind of interesting having just read the Book of Negroes by Lawrence Hill, kind of dovetailed into some of the stuff talked about in this book. Anyways, that is Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson. I highly recommend the book. If you can get your hand on a copy, it's probably going to be a book that either works or doesn't work. It's going to be a hit or a miss for people. I would recommend borrowing it from your library. If you don't think you're gonna particularly, if you may not enjoy it, not saying don't support your favorite authors, but just be wary that you may not. It may be a book, if you buy, you may want to. And then just to say that I will probably reread the book. I have also written it in the book, I think, a few times. I can't remember where. I think I did. And it's a good, the good notion of Good Dirt is a allegory for Ebby planting, because you can see on here there's lots of flowers on here, right? And you use good dirt to make clay pots. So there is a good notion of this book. Yeah, anyways, it's a really good book. I really recommend it. I don't highly recommend it. Notice the difference. And yeah, if you haven't read Black Cake, I'm gonna probably go back and read it probably this summer. Anyways, I really liked it. It is, like, as one author says, a beautiful and masterfully crafted story. It is a very masterfully crafted story. I can say that. It is very well done. And despite my own issues with this particular book, I thought it was really well done, and it was a really well told story. That was Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson. And remember, if you like what you see and hear, to like and subscribe, and to also visit my social media links that I have displayed, and also my affiliate link to bookshop.org. Just a reminder to Canadian viewers, if you're watching this and you want to support me financially, remember, unfortunately, bookshop.org does not send books to Canada at this time when I'm posting this. They may post it in the future. I don't know. I'm hopefully sometime soon, because I've got a number of Canadian authors on there. And I would, if you can, get somehow get a U.S. mailing address to have the book sent to you. and support. Also, I would highly recommend supporting your local independent bookstores, especially in Canada, because they're really going to hurt. And also support your libraries by, remember, the more you check out from a library, the more likely they're gonna, it can keep their numbers up and persuade to get new materials, even though prices will go up for them and for booksellers. Anyways, enough for now. Enough of that for now. I don't want to get into politics on this unless I absolutely have to. So that was Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson. Hope you like and subscribe, and you visit my links below, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.